Sine batti puna morani, tipissini hamara morani, sippin' on honey. Okay, I just like sunrises. So I came in here, look what Arthur's been working on. This is my 3-year-old, and this is the scene he's making. It's like some sort of weird temple with a cauldron and fire in it. And you have this little Lego guy who's in bondage. And looks like that. And there's like all these flames and things and people bowing down to him. Did you make this, Arthur?
Yeah. Melody and JJ.
Melody and JJ helped? My kids are apparently joining a cult.
There's 2 woods on the side.
Oh, and there's 2 logs on the sides?
Yeah. Somebody cut those off.
I am in the middle of gluing up everything on the dresser carcass and having a lot of fun here, but I had a question come up that really kind of put my brain wondering. The last thing that should touch the wood before you finish, is it sandpaper or a plane? And I've heard different people saying that sandpaper will clog the pores with dust, and that's why you want to have a plane so that you have more finish that will absorb. And I've heard other people saying, no, this actually will compact the pores so less finish gets in and the sanding is better. I've heard some people say that you need to sand after using the plane so that you rough up the surface so that it is ready to adhere to the finish. But it was all hearsay. I've never actually tested it to find out, and I've never seen anyone actually test it and compare them. So I took apart some red oak, very porous wood, and some maple, and actually did some tests back and forth between the two to see, is there any difference between them? And this was actually a very fun video to do. And so I went the whole process of planing one and sanding another, and then boiled linseed oil and 2 coats of shellac, and went through on the finish. And I was actually rather impressed with the answer. So if you want to see what the answer is and what my thoughts are, you can click on the link in my bio or the description, and that should take you to the video and you can see more about that. So hope you like it. Thanks for watching. And video on the dresser should be out next week. Looking forward to that. Woo! What a fun day so far. Hopped on the scale, and it was a little early. I normally wait a week, but it's been a couple days, so I figured, why not? Hopped on, was a couple pounds down, and my fat percentage is down 1%, so booyah. That's what I'm looking for. I like to focus more on the fat percentage than I do on the actual weight. It tells a far better story. So I'm also working on my wife's dresser. So I did most of the glue up last night. It was probably the most hairy glue up I've ever had in my life. Just horribly bad. I started putting it together, and I realized that I needed to put these in before I glued up the base, and I didn't quite think that through thoroughly, so I had to pull the base apart to put the shelves back in. Well, the glue was starting to set thin, and so then I started squeezing it all together, and then I found out that one of the joints, this one, I had to recut it to make it fit right, and so I had to pull the thing apart, recut that, put it back together, and as I'm putting it back together, I find out that one of these joints doesn't fit. It fit in the dry glue up, because apparently I put the shelf in upside down, and one side was slightly thicker. So I had to do some quick adjustments and joinery work on that, and at that point I'm like freaking out because the glue is starting to seize on me. Finally get the whole thing squeezed up and solid, and so I'm doing the next couple steps on the glue up, putting in these dividers and getting it all ready. So hopefully later today I'm going to clear out this space where the sewing machine is at and set it up there, and have a carcass sitting in the shop. Just did a video on the sandpaper versus plane as the last thing to touch the wood. So I actually did some comparisons between sandpaper and the plane to see which one would be better, and I was kind of surprised by the answer. So if you haven't seen that, go check out that video. But yeah, been an okay time, other than this stupid glue up that took far longer than it should have. But that's about it.